Whoa.
Visit don'tliveinDenial.org to learn how to dispose of your leftover pills and talk to your kids about opiates.
Thank you for riding with the Watchdog. Live and local. Just the way you like it.
Live and local conversation for the Ohio Valley continues shortly. Here on the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
Hey man, what can I get you?
Yeah, can I have 2 Coors Lights?
You got it. Hey Mike! I need 2 Coors Lights!
Sure thing!
With a taste as cold as the Rockies, only Coors Light gives you refreshment every time.
Here you go.
Thanks, Mike. Doing a great job. All right, 2 ice-cold Coors Lights.
That's the coldest beer I've ever had.
Hey, they don't call it the world's most refreshing beer for nothing.
Okay, be honest with me. Do you really have the Rocky Mountains in your beer cooler?
You don't believe it? Check it out.
Man, that's pretty amazing.
I know, right? I can't believe it myself sometimes. I mean, this cooler is only 3 feet wide.
Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. With great beer comes great responsibility.
Quaker Steak and Lube at the Highlands is the perfect place to relax after a long day. Happy hour from 3 to 6 Monday through Friday. Get $2 off appetizers, $3 off domestic drafts, and house wine specials. Quaker Steak and Lube, voted Best Wings USA. Quaker Steak and Lube at the Highlands with another steal of a deal. Get a steak burger and fries all day Monday for only $8.99. It's also Military Mondays. The Lube will take 25% off for all veterans, active duty military, and first responders. Quaker Steak and Lube, voted Best Wings USA.
Hello, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm the Storm Tracker, Darnell Foster. With a look at your local weather forecast for your Thursday, mostly cloudy, the chance for an occasional shower or storm. Daytime high near 67. Overnight low of 47 degrees with a better chance of seeing those rain showers on and off. Otherwise, mostly cloudy. And then you're going to see temperatures rise back into the lower 60s for your Friday under mostly cloudy skies. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Launch control, this is Houston. We are go for launch.
You're early.
Roger that.
It's Thursday.
Why even call it Thursday? Problem? We have pizza on Thursday.
Places, please! Quiet down!
Here is a complete disc jockey show with all the modern pace of today's exciting radio.
Good morning. Let's get started.
Seriously, let's go.
It's showtime.
Something to think about, something to laugh about, and something to talk about every day. This is the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe. Brought to you in part by Wheeling Hospital.
"62 degrees. Whoa, I like the sound of that to start the morning. 62 degrees at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport, and just a little light wind blowing around, so it's really not much of a feels-like temperature at all. 62 at the airport, 62 here at my home studios in the Elm Grove section of Wheeling, 62 degrees at the Robinson Auto Group Studios, downtown Wheeling. In the heart of the Ohio Valley, 7-Eleven on a Thursday. We are up and we are running. Brother Biff, the single most important, breaking, critical, vital news story of this day. Do you have any idea what it is?
No.
It's my wife's birthday.
Oh, okay.
Nothing is more important right now than my wife's birthday. I shall not talk about how old she is, except to say I've always liked the older women. So
I'll just, with that in mind, I'll just say this: happy birthday to her.
Yes, exactly. Happy birthday to her. So, of course, our birthday fun today will simply be running around outside and going to the playground and throw the ball at each other in the yard with Teddy. And Teddy and I spent like 3 hours last night, yesterday afternoon. I am not a gamer, not a real gamer. I mean, I've played video. Look, listen, when I was a kid, it was Pong, Bong, Bong, Bong. That was a video game when I was a kid. My kids played a lot of video games, and they're pretty good gamers. And Teddy is really good at it. I mean, he's at 5.5 years old. He's really gotten to be a gamer. And yesterday afternoon, he and I were here by ourselves. My wife had some things to do. She went out. Teddy and I spent hours just playing Super Mario Odyssey. And he got the greatest kick. I mean, belly laughed all afternoon because I kept getting dead. no matter what I did, I'd go for like 50 seconds and then my character was dead. And he just thought that was the funniest thing in the world. Granddaddy, and he tried to tell me, Granddaddy, push, no, push the button this way. No, push the button, no. Oh, Granddaddy, you die. And he's like, he's doing it fine, and his character's hopping along and collecting the coins and the stars. And Granddaddy, we have to go over here. I said, oh, we'll never make it over there. Oh, I'll show you. Now you try it, Granddad. Okay, I just have to get across this bridge. I just got to, I died again. And then he would laugh and laugh and laugh. I don't know if it's a good thing to teach a kid to laugh at this Granddad so much up front or not. But that's what we did, and that's what probably Grandma will do for her fun today, for her birthday. It's probably too late to order something for delivery from Amazon for today, right?
Well, I would think so.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem. I'm still just not going out and doing any shopping. It was one of those things that my daughter-in-law and I both were talking to my wife about, what do you want for your birthday? And she gives us, I'd like a drying rack for the towels. And you just want to take the drying rack and hit her. Now, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't hit her. No, for your birthday, what do you want? Well, I'd like a drying rack. Well, I looked it up. It's like $295. No, you're not kidding. Not a drying rack. And she'll probably be upset because she didn't get her drying rack, I suppose. Anyway, and we enter in the Monroe family today a couple of days of really aggressive birthday partying. Today is my wife's birthday. And happy birthday to my lovely wife. Happy birthday to you. And today is, not in the family, but Charlie Schlegel's lovely wife, Paula, born the same day. So happy birthday to Paula. And then tomorrow is my daughter-in-law's birthday. Now, I don't know if she wants me to say this or not. She hits the big 40 tomorrow, turning 40, so we'll have a little 40 festivities perhaps for her tomorrow. And you all know my good friends, the Wellings. I talk with the Wellings all the time, Mike and Luann. Tomorrow's Luann's birthday. So it's like we get these two days with just packed with birthdays for us. So that's the big breaking, important, critical news of the morning. I want you to know the big news of the day. It's Nancy's birthday. If by any stretch of the imagination you would come across Nancy Monroe today, happy birthday to her. And you don't have to tell her how old she is. She knows how old she is. And she'll internalize that over the course of the day today. I looked up to see who else had birthdays today. Not a lot of exciting names on here, other than my wife. Johnny Knoxville is 50. Andy McDowell's daughter, okay, is 31. Kevin Spacey's daughter is 39. Got a lot of daughters there. I don't know. Thora Birch, Kevin Spacey's daughter. Oh no, not his actual daughter. His daughter in American Beauty, the TV show, the movie. Who else do we have here? Birthdays today. Terrence Howard, I at least know him. He was an Iron Man. Lisa Loeb is 53. Joey Buttafuoco. Remember, do you know who Joey Buttafuoco is, Biffy?
Yeah. Is it, it's not Sopranos, is it?
No, he was, but you're in the same area. He was, I forget what he did for a living. He was the guy that was, he was having the affair with the girl that came to be known as the Long Island Lolita. And it was a huge National Enquirer kind of story, 40 years ago, I guess? It can't be 40 years ago. It could have been 40 years ago. He's 65 now. And so he was having this affair with, I forget her name, the Long Island Lolita, who ended up going to prison, I think, for murder. But he was just he was an auto mechanic, that's what it was, like working a garage or something. And then he was fooling around with this, underage girl, the Long Island Lolita. And what made that story interesting, the Long Island Lolita was really one of the first stories that crossed over from being a purely tabloid story, purely National Enquirer stuff. And the mainstream media picked it up for some reason, and it became a huge story in the news, and we all were following it, the Long Island Lolita. And the media's gone downhill ever since then, because since then we've always done tabloid stories. Anyway, Joey Buttafuoco is 65. Bobby McFerrin, 71. You know what he wrote and sung, Biffy?
No.
Don't worry, be happy. Remember that song?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Bobby McFerrin did that. Used to be my theme song, Don't Worry, Be Happy. Sam Donaldson, ABC News legend, is 87 years old today. Mr. Chekhov from Star Trek died on this day in 2016. So those are the not a lot of exciting folks. Boy, my wife almost tops the list. She's the most exciting person to have been born on this day. So, anyway, a big happy birthday to my wife. That, to me, is the single most important story of the day today. 7:19 here on the Watchdog Morning Show, 62 degrees now. The big news story of the day in Charleston yesterday, as we continue to follow the legislature, lawmakers are now beginning the debate over the governor's tax plan. Income tax reduction, sales tax increase, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And lots of talk about it on the floor of the House yesterday. And we're going to listen in to some of the things that were said, both Republicans and Democrats. Everybody is kind of saying, it's, as I've often said, by the way, getting rid of the income tax, it would be a nice thing to do. But there's so many questions about what the governor is proposing. So we'll get to hear from a couple of the folks who are talking about that coming up next year on the Watchdog Morning Show. The great tax debate is getting underway. Also coming up later today, it looks like there's going to be a bit of at least public battle, if not literal battle, over Bluefield State College coming to the city of Wheeling. Bluefield State is working with the city of Wheeling to have a space at the old OVMC building in order to expand one of its programs here to the Northern Panhandle. Bluefield State, way down at the other end of the state. Well, 3 local colleges, West Lib, Bethany, West Lib, Wheeling University, and West Virginia Northern all got together and issued a very strong statement against this yesterday. And I suspect are going to probably challenge it before the HEPC when the time comes. We'll see what the mayor has to say about that. Wheeling Mayor Glenn Elliott will join us. Did they make a booski by signing up with Bluefield State? Did they talk with anybody from West Lib or Wheeling University before agreeing to a deal with Bluefield State? Or West Lib and Wheeling University and others offered an equal opportunity? We'll find out. The mayor's coming by to talk about that. Governor Justice accuses Joe Manchin of being a wealthy politician. Think about that statement for a minute. Think about that statement for a minute. Governor Justice, the only billionaire in the state, accuses Joe Manchin of being a, quote, wealthy politician, end quote. Irony doesn't even begin to touch it. I mean, seriously. He's the only billionaire in the entire state. And he's accusing Manchin of being a wealthy politician. And he says that Manchin, because he's so powerful, which he is in Washington right now, purposely got some federal guardrails put on the new COVID money so Justice couldn't use it for his income tax proposal. Brad McElhenney will kind of help me kick that whole thing around coming up a little bit later on. This weekend, daylight savings time starts. Do not forget to turn your clocks ahead, right? Turn them ahead. We'll lose an hour of sleep. And then we go off of God's time on a daylight savings time. Once again, there are some U.S. senators introducing a bill to make daylight savings time permanent. We'll talk about that. And we will register a couple more of you for our Watchdog Madness giveaway. So we've got mucho to do over the course of the morning this morning. Join me if you'd like to at 304-232-8255 on the phone line or 304-214-1600 on the text line. And we will chat, we will talk via text, and I will talk to you about the great tax debate that's coming up next on the Watchdog Morning Show.
Tune into the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe, weekday morning, 7.
If you do have those two cuts I asked you to look up, or I sent to you. All right, I'm going to use those in this segment. Thank you.
My little girl hurt her foot and needed a doctor fast, but her physician wasn't available, and I wanted her seen as soon as possible. Then I remembered the Wheeling Hospital Urgent Care, right in downtown Wheeling at the Stone Center on Market Plaza. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day, the center is ideal if you have a sudden sickness or injury. The doctors and nurses were great, and they also provided x-rays, a pharmacy, and lab draw station. No appointments needed, and convenient parking is nearby. Wheeling Hospital Urgent Care. They'll take good care of you.
From the Watchdog Network, right now traffic. Here's the latest from the Robinson Auto Group Traffic Center.
Traffic near the Highlands, on Washington Avenue, and on the Fort Henry Bridge is moving steadily. There are no traffic delays near the Ohio Valley Mall, on 70 and 470, and on State Route 7. The lane width reductions on the eastbound entrance ramp and westbound exit ramp to Wheeling Island will continue. The closure of I-70 from US 250 and West Virginia 2 South, the 16th Street exit to the Ogilvy Park exit for Phase 2 of the Fulton Bridge Replacement Project will continue. The closure of the US 250 North on-ramp to I-70 East as part of Phase 2 will continue. The intermittent McCulloch Street daytime closures will continue. The left lane closure on I-70 westbound from approximately the Route 40 on-ramp to just past the US 250 southbound off-ramp will continue. The Market Street overpass width reduction will continue. I-70 construction will continue westbound where crossovers are in effect. And all existing detours and closures will continue for the I-70 Bridges project. Follow Ohio Valley Traffic Report on Facebook, WTRF 7 News, and the Watchdog for updates.
Bel Air. The Watchdog is protecting your yard. Join Howard Monroe, Hoppy Kercheval, Bill DeFabio, and Big Rick for the best live and local talk in the Upper Ohio Valley and beyond. Bel Air trusts the Watchdog.
Watch out! He could climb on his soapbox at any time. The Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues.
If you are watching us on Facebook Live video, our video cast, don't forget to like us and share us. Hit the like button and hit the share button. Share our video feed with your friends, your news feed, your timeline, any of the groups that you might be in. Let people know that you're watching the Watchdog Morning Show online. And just like it and share it. We're on Facebook Live on my page, on the Watchdogs page. You can catch us at watchdognetwork.com where the video is located. You can also catch us on our YouTube channel as well. Lots of ways to watch us as well as listen to us. 7:28 on the Watchdog Morning Show with 62 degrees at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport. Well, the great tax debate has finally officially gotten underway in Charleston. Way back during the State of the State speech a couple of months ago, Governor Justice announced he would like to see an income tax reduction in West Virginia and an eventual phase out completely. We've been kicking it around for the last month or so with sort of a conceptual idea. The governor has put some specifics to it, and now there is a bill introduced into the House. We all know the game plan. Essentially cut the income tax by 60% the first year, and raise the sales tax by 1.9% across the board, raise taxes on soda drinks, alcohol, tobacco, add a luxury tax on items over $5,000, the sliding scale. The more you go up, the more the tax goes up. Adjust the way natural resource companies are paid, not to mention a cut that's going to have to be made because all of his plans to increase taxes will not offset the taxes he is decreasing from the income tax proposal. So that's the case in a nutshell. And most of the people who are talking, and even I have said, look, I'd love to see my income. I'd like to not pay income tax. I mean, of course. Who would not want to pay income tax? That's a good concept. But at what cost? And what was showing up on the floor of the House yesterday is the devil really is in the details of this. And it's both Democrats and Republicans raising some questions about this, which I fully expected. Jason Barrett is a delegate from Berkeley County. Berkeley County, he is a Republican. He said, well, he supports the idea of the income tax. He thinks it's time for us to look at restructuring our tax system a little bit. But he calls what the governor proposes, quote, out of balance. He says we're seeing too many of the taxes that will hit the low and moderate income families and small businesses, which is a point that I've been making, that Kelly Allen's been making, and Sean O'Leary from the West Virginia Center on Budget and Policy. The tax shift will benefit to a larger extent those who are wealthy individuals, and it will shift to the sales taxes, which will hurt more of the low and middle income folks. Barrett, on the floor of the House yesterday, also pointed out that we're talking in shorthand. For example, we've been calling it a sugary drink tax, but Barrett points out this is actually more, just that particular tax is more than what we think it is.
The tax. But it's not just soda or sugary drinks, it's a beverage tax. Beverages that West Virginia families purchase each visit to the grocery store. Some examples: V8 Healthy Greens, flavored water. You're trying to drink healthier, not drink soda, they turn to products like Propel. Well, unfortunately, that's going to be subject to a tax increase. Almond milk. Anyone that has a dairy allergy and can't consume cow's milk, or maybe perhaps a young child drinks chocolate milk as a way that the only milk that a parent can get the child to drink, tax increase. Ensure. Now I want you to think about that. Ensure. A nutritional supplement that many West Virginia seniors rely on each and every day. Essentially, every beverage that is bottled and isn't plain cow's milk, 100% undiluted juice, or plain water is subject to this tax. Mr. Speaker, these are groceries. This is a grocery tax, not a soda tax, and certainly not a sugary drinks tax.
Now, that goes to the point of that is not for you to remember all the things he said are going to be taxed, but to go to the point that the devil is in the details. It's not just the little shorthand things that we're talking about. You know, just yesterday, I'm drinking my Diet Dr. Pepper here this morning, and I'm thinking to myself, why, it says 0 sugar, I guess I'll be okay. It's good. I'll be okay, because it's no sugar, it's not a sugary drink. Wrong. Every drink, every beverage other than pure old cow's milk is going to be taxed. The devil is in the details. When my buddy Bob called this week and said, well, he's given up Pepsi and he thinks Pepsi is bad for you and he understands why we're going to tax sugary drinks, he just thinks we should tax some other things as well. It's not just sugary drinks, but we shorthanded for that. So I think Delegate Barrett really brought out a good point, and he has a much longer piece that you can read at WFVMetroNews.com about what some of his questions are. He's a Republican. Now, on the Democrat side of the aisle, you have, pardon me, you have Larry Rowe, I think it is. I'm looking for my notes here. Larry Rowe, who was raising some questions of his own, and he points out that we're adding more taxes. And as I've been saying all along, one of the reasons this is going to have a hard time passing is simply it's going to be perceived, regardless of whether the governor's concepts are right or wrong, and they are wrong. But even if he is right that in the end people will save more money than they will increase in taxes, even if that's true, it's going to be portrayed as a tax increase bill. If you don't believe me, listen to how Delegate Rowe was talking about it yesterday.
Action into a taxable event. Transactions with attorneys and accountants fixing your tax returns. I think haircuts. I'm not sure all of the different taxes that are put on to services that have never been taxed before. Again, large law firms, large accounting firms can just take the work across the bridge and make the money without paying 8% of their gross income.
Now, my point here, again, is not to focus on the specific of the professional services tax right now. It's simply to make the point that there are every aspect of this bill, and Brad Macklin and I have talked about this several times, every aspect of this bill requires great in-depth debate and conversation, assessment, analysis, review, and revision. Every aspect of it. And it's got multiple aspects. And the governor is going to try to push it through as if somehow it's one single package. The governor says, well, there may be a little pain, but I love the way the governor talks, He says, wow, we all have got to pull the rope. We all got to pull on the rope. Wow, there might be a little extra taxes in it for you, but we're going to pull on the rope to get West Virginia to goodness. Now, I don't mind pulling on the rope, Biffy, but I don't want to pay too much extra in taxes. I don't know about you. You ready to pull on the rope?
Well, yeah, but I mean, I don't want to pay any more taxes than what we have.
Yes. To truly make this work, we all need to pull on the rope together as West Virginians. Well, sounds good. So many things the governor says sound good, but basically I guess what he's saying is no pain, no gain. And since I don't believe there's any gain at all in the basic of his proposal, I don't believe that hundreds of thousands of people are going to come rushing across the border to move into West Virginia in order to become citizens of a no-tax state. I don't believe that. I don't believe it for that. Hold on. Think. You hear that little sound? Think. I don't believe it for that much of a second. Think like that. I don't believe it. So what's going to happen is we're all going to pay a lot more taxes. Sales taxes. And it's a tax shift. It's a tax shift. The more money you make, the wealthier you are, the bigger tax relief you're going to get from income tax, and the less of a bite on your budget sales taxes are. And God help you if you're going to spend money on a big ticket item. One of my sons right now is renovating a house, buying a lot of furniture and appliances and stuff, Biff. Well, first of all of that's going to just go, the increase is just going to occur up to 1.9%. And remember, in Wheeling, it's an extra 1%. And then, so it's easier to go across the river and save money when you start to talk about big ticket items. And remember, if you buy a big ticket item over $5,000, then you're going to get a luxury tax tacked onto it. And the more you spend, the more of a luxury tax there will be. So your sales tax is going to go up, and then a luxury tax on big ticket items. That's not going to bring people into the state. It's going to drive people out. Maybe not move out, but some of you probably have heard of this thing. I don't know if you all have heard of this thing or not. We have a thing called the Fort Henry Bridge. And you can go from West Virginia to Ohio over this thing called the Fort Henry Bridge. And when you do, under the governor's plan, you will save yourself mucho dinero. People aren't coming into the state. We're going to go out of the state to buy things. The great tax debate has begun in Charleston. We will follow it for you. And we will talk a bit more about some of the governor's thoughts on this great tax debate, because part of his plan is to take more of the federal money. We already have $600 million of federal money that we haven't spent yet from the first CARES bill, the first federal CARES bill. Governor's holding on to it. Have people out there who could use it, businesses who are in trouble, individuals who are still perhaps losing their home, they've lost their business and so on, lost their jobs. They could use the COVID relief, but the governor's holding on to it. And he wants to put it into his bucket. The infamous Jim Justice buckets. And we're going to get up to $4 million more, up to $4 million more on the new bill. And he wants to put it into his buckets. Unfortunately, the federal rules in the second relief bill, the American CARES Act, are that you can't use it for the things the governor, you can't use it for a rainy day fund, you can't use it to shore up pensions, you specifically can't use it to pay for a tax break. And the governor's all upset about that because he says, Joe Manchin did that just to get back at me. We're going to talk about the Manchin Justice feud of the week coming up with Brad McElhaney in the next hour of the show. A lot of other news happening around the Upper Ohio Valley. You know, the people who pull it together for us every day. WTRF TV. They've got Ohio Valley headlines. Billy DeFabio's got morning sports. And then we'll talk about the weather heading into the weekend and daylight savings time. Coming up here on the Watchdog Morning Show.
The WTRF Channel 7 News Update is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers. Mall
Maybe, but shake it. It's not printing. Biffy, I can take a second break if you want to. It's up to you.
Buffalo, they're one of the worst teams in the division. They're 6-14-4. In their last 10 games, they are 1-7-2. Wednesday, the Penguins gained one defenseman and lost one. Mark Friedman returned to practice. John Marino was absent. Head coach Mike Sullivan said it was a maintenance day for Marino. Exhibition baseball. New York Yankees edged the Pittsburgh Pirates 6-5. The 5-4 Pirates will host Baltimore this afternoon. Are you ready for the Big 12 basketball tournament? West Virginia will face Oklahoma State 10:30 this morning with the pregame show on 1600. Well, the Steelers got one of their restricted free agents under contract. Wide receiver / returner Ray McLeod has signed a 1-year deal. Oh, by the way, these are the numbers from the National Football League. The salary cap set for every team, $182.5 million. The Steelers are $6.1 million under the cap. Be safe. Be considerate of others. Please check on the elderly. I'm Bill DeFabio on sports. We are the Watchdog.
A serious injury from an accident can be just the start of your worries. What if you cannot return to work? How do you take care of your family if you're disabled? At Gelner Law Offices, we represent seriously injured people and understand their problem. We know how to get you fair compensation. We will work hard to make sure you get the money you deserve for your losses. Don't go it alone. If you're hurt in an accident, call us at 304-242-2900 or visit us at gelnerlaw.com.
We'd like to help.
Imagine yourself in a Toyota, like a new 21 Highlander or the all-new 21 Sienna, both with $1,500 cash back. Or check out a new 21 RAV4 and take up to $1,250 cash back. Or a new 21 Camry with up to $1,750 cash back. Visit buyatoyota.com for more deals, local inventory, and to find a dealer near you. You can take cash back or apply toward down payment. Offers vary for hybrid models and exclude TRD models. See your dealer for details. Ready, set, go get your Toyota today. Offers end March 31st. Toyota.
Listen to the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe. Weekday morning, 7 to 10 a.m. Only on the Watchdog. Live and local talk radio, just the way you like it.
There's a time and a place for everything, including a different point of view. This is that time and place. You're listening to the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe, brought to you in part by Wheeling Hospital.
little hazy outside, a tiny bit, I don't know, it's cloudy or foggy, but the sun is coming up. It's looking pretty good. It's going to be that way today. Zach will give us more details in a second. I mentioned earlier, today's my wife's birthday. Happy birthday to you. And I said one of the things that she'll probably do today is, because we have my grandson Teddy, and he and I were playing Super Mario yesterday. We'll probably play Super Mario. Little did I know, Biff and Zach, my wife shares a birthday with Mario.
Really?
Today is Mario Day, and I didn't know it, but you know why we call it Mario Day?
Super Mario Brothers?
Abbreviate March the 10th. Today is March the 10th. Actually, yesterday was March the 10th. But you put M-A-R...
10.
10. What does that spell?
Oh, Mario.
Mario.
If you use the one, yeah, as the I.
So there you go. So today is Mario Day, as well as my wife's birthday. And the folks at Nintendo say they're also having it is the 35th anniversary of the Super Mario game. So there you go. We will be playing Super Mario this afternoon. I'm sure. I came home from a meeting yesterday, and the little one was so upset. Don't want to say bad about my wife since it's her birthday, but she pushed the wrong button on the Mario game. And, and he couldn't get the game to work. Granddad, the game won't work. What do we do? And we finally got it to work, and then we spent all afternoon playing Super Mario. So Grandma will probably be Super Mario Grandma today, celebrating her birthday and Mario Day. Thanks to whoever sent that to me via my private text line. Zach, how are you this morning, my friend?
I'm good. That's funny that it's your wife's birthday, because today's my dad's birthday, actually, too, so that's kind of cool.
Is it really? Today, this is a strange couple of days. My wife's birthday is today. Paula Schlegel, who is the wife of Charlie Schlegel, who runs the West Sports Bar. Today is Paula's birthday. Tomorrow is my wife's best friend's birthday, Lou Ann Welling. Tomorrow's her birthday. And tomorrow is my daughter-in-law's birthday. Your dad's birthday, Mario's birthday. I'm telling you, these couple of days are big days. I don't know what happened.
Yes, they are.
Good deal. Do you send your dad a card or something, I hope?
I just shot him a text. I went home.
Come on. Even in this day and age, a card would be nice.
I came home and saw it and hung out with him over the weekend, so we kind of had like the father-son bonding, because my mom and my sister were at a soccer tournament over in the Canton, Ohio, so we kind of just took it easy and just hung out and kind of had father-son time over the weekend, so that was more so his present, more so than anything else.
I gotcha. Okay. All right. That's okay.
We made up for it.
Okay, there you go. You had some personal time. I was thinking, if you hadn't seen him and all you did was send him a text, happy birthday. I mean, that's nice for acquaintances. Well, I would send you a happy birthday text, but send your dad at least a card. But that's okay. You went to see him, so that's okay. Hey, I'm looking out the window. It's a little foggy or cloudy or something out there. It's not beautiful, clear skies, but it certainly does look nice. The sun's coming up. It looks like it's going to be a good day today.
Yeah, it looks relatively nice outside. Temperature-wise, we're hovering in the low 60s over at the airport right now, and it's more so just clouds, Howard. We do have rather gray and overcast skies throughout the Ohio Valley this morning. Ahead of our next weather maker, we have actually gone 10 days without any measurable precipitation in the form of rainfall or snow at the airport, and looks like today's going to be the day we break that span of dry weather, because we have some rain showers returning later into, let's say, possibly some scattered sprinkles right around lunchtime. Then we actually could see more widespread rain as we head later on into the afternoon, closer to dinner time, and in through the overnight period as well.
Well, I'm not saying we need the rain, but we haven't had any wet stuff for a while, so I guess that's okay. But beautiful day yesterday, that's for sure. And just a gorgeous day. What did we hit for a high yesterday?
69 is what we topped off.
I saw 60. I saw 66 at one point, and I knew it was going to get warmer than that. So 69.
Yeah,
that's close to the record then, right?
Go ahead.
That was close to the record, right?
Yeah, we were 3 degrees away. The record high for yesterday was 72, set back in 2009, and we were close. We were making it just a couple of degrees, so I'm sure the record in the record books were shaking in their boots because he didn't want to get broken just yet.
And so we're looking at around maybe 65 or so again today. Breezy during the day, a little bit of rain comes in midday, a little bit more rain comes in this evening. Sticks around till the morning, I guess, probably.
Yeah, early on, though. It won't be anything that you'll have to worry about unless you want to wake up with me at 3 o'clock and we can talk on the phone to forecast at 3 o'clock when I walk into work. But other than that, I think you'll be fine.
Okay. And what do we look forward to for the weekend, then?
Everything is going to be dry, Howard. It's going to be mostly sunny skies. I don't expect to see any precipitation, but it's going to return to that seasonable temperatures. We've been rather spoiled to close to 20 degrees above average temperatures through most of the work week, where Saturday and Sunday I'm expecting highs in the upper 40s. Could even start with the low 50s on Sunday, but mostly sunny skies are expected. So maybe do some pre-spring cleaning to get ahead of the spring cleaning curve that everyone likes to do, just essentially throwing all the winter trash accumulating up in the house, clear things out, kind of have a fresh spring cleaning start, and maybe do that this weekend just because it's going to be relatively nice and dry, so you can maybe think about getting that porch furniture out as well.
Yeah, my wife was saying yesterday that, she, because of the weather yesterday, she was ready to really start getting ready for spring. Then she said, but maybe it's a little bit too early yet. We could have more unspring-like weather before it's over and done with. So we'll wait and see. And the critical thing happening this weekend, of course, is we give up on God's time for a while.
Yeah, we got to turn the clocks ahead an hour, which, again, I'm not too happy about it, but it is what it is.
I still don't understand why we have to. Yeah, you don't, because you'll be going to sleep in bright sunlight now. But, I just don't like the idea of messing with the time. Let's just stay on God's time.
I know there's a new bill or some sort of legislation that some senators or governors are trying to pass, and again, I just don't understand what. Again, I'm not one to go into that realm of understanding time, even though it does impact a lot of the things that we do, because our weather models are obviously time driven, and whenever we go into daylight saving time, that means we have models coming out at 7 o'clock instead of 8 o'clock, so it's just kind of constantly changing time. So I would be okay if we just kind of had one universal time, so that way we were consistent the entire way through, but who knows what will happen.
Yeah, it's called the Sunshine Protection Act at the federal level. Marco Rubio is the senator that introduced it. He says, and I don't get this, he says it would give families more stability. No, it's instability, because it's stability when the time is the same all year long. It's instability when you keep changing the clocks.
Yeah, that's true.
I just... doesn't make any sense to me. I'm give me God's time and let's stay on it. That's all. It's as simple as that.
I got you.
All right, Zach. Appreciate it, my friend. We'll talk again tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Have a good one. Don't forget the Brellies today.
Yep, I got you. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Zach Petty from the Big 7 WTRF TV. Yeah, Biffy, you and I talk about this all the time. Can't we just get on God's time and stay on God's time?
Yep, quit messing with the time.
The Sunshine Protection Act, proposed by Marco Rubio, calls for not falling back in November and instead enjoying daylight savings time year-round. So we still wouldn't be on God's time. We would be on man's time forever, because we'd be adjusting the clocks and not readjusting them clocks. Some states have already passed a bill to do this. Florida did it a couple years ago. There are 15 other states that have passed legislation to keep daylight savings time the way it is. To me, I just don't get the value. And once upon a time, it was cited as a way to save energy, because you don't need to keep your lights on. You don't need to turn the lights on early in the evening, but you're going to leave them on longer in the morning. I mean, it balances out. Ed Markey, senator from Massachusetts, says Studies have found that year-round daylight savings time would improve public health, public safety, and mental health. You know what would improve mental health? Getting out of this COVID stuff. That's what would improve our mental health. I don't know that it's a function of daylight time. So I doubt if it will pass. I don't know, but they introduce it, I think, every year. The Sunshine Protection. You gotta love the names, though, right, Pibby? The Sunshine Protection Act.
Well, yeah, you got to make it sound good.
As if sunshine, as if all soul up there in the sky, the most powerful entity in our solar system, as if somehow it needed protection? No, sunshine doesn't need protection. No. This is all just for man's sake. Just for man's sake, I'm afraid. All right, it is 7:56, 4 before the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Do I have a break, Biffy, or not?
Now you know what, we can go through. I can't.
I can do it. I can do it now.
We'll be fine. I won't be able to get it in.
Sure, I can do it.
No, we're fine. Just go ahead. Seriously, I won't be able to get it in time if we take it.
All right. So we'll have to adjust for that coming up a little bit later. Maybe I can take a minute here then and talk about our friends at Fanduel. Add a little excitement to your sports watching experience by betting on all of the action on Fanduel Sportsbook. There are a number of reasons why Fanduel is number one sportsbook in America. I often say, first and foremost, it's very intuitive, very simple, and easy to use, and that makes a big difference. It's not complicated. You don't have to scratch your head and go, well, I don't know, what am I doing? It's simple, easy to use app. Even if you're new to sports betting, it's easy to use. Then they've got great odds on different betting markets, unique fun bet types like the same game parlay, and exclusive always-on promotions like enhanced odds boosts on the biggest events to let you get more action out of any and every game. And if you win, they get you your winnings in as little as 24 hours, which I often say, isn't that kind of the point of the whole thing anyways, to get your winnings and to get it fast? So ease of use, fast withdrawals, odds boost specials, and a chance to win big with some of their exclusive things like same game parlay. And remember, right now, FanDuel is letting you place your first bet risk-free up to $1,000. Place your first bet. It's a first bet only deal now. Place your first bet on anything in FanDuel. If you win, you'll win, and you'll be happy, and we'll all be happy that you won. We'll be happy if you shared it with us. But you'll be happy. And then FanDuel, if you lose, will refund you up to $1,000 back in site credit. So there you go. You can bet on the NBA or college basketball or tennis or golf, whatever you want. If you win, keep the cash. If you lose, get your entire bet back. Now's the time to download FanDuel Sportsbook. Use my name, Monroe, Monroe, in the promo code box. I do have to remind you, you got to be 21 years of age or older. You must be physically present in West Virginia or Pennsylvania. The first online real money wager only. Site credit is non-withdrawable, and you must use it if you get the refund in site credit. You must use it in 14 days or it expires. There are restrictions. See sportsbook.fanduel.com for details. If you have a gambling problem, you can call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. FanDuel Sportsbook, more ways to win. And now, ABC covers the world for us. McElhaney and I will kick around Mansion and Justice coming up next.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.
The ABC News is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
Evening address to the...
And yet again, Biffy, I thought I had it all planned out nicely. I had it scheduled exactly right, and once again, I mess it up. Yeah, that frustrates me. Yeah, Brad at 8:10. I'm not calling him a guest, but Shane wanted to call in and talk about the auction. So at 8:40-ish or so, I'm going to do the Frio auction commercial. And when I do, I'm going to say something like, I still don't understand what these coins are all about, and Shane's going to call in. So like I say, I'm not calling him a guest, but he will call in probably around 8:40-ish or so. And the mayor at 9:10. Yeah, he said he'd call in. And that's the game plan, and I'm sticking to it. Well, maybe I won't, for the rate I've been going. All right. I'm going to get some more coffee. I'll be back in a minute.